In today's video I'm gonna show you how to replace leak detection, actually evaporative leak detection pump, and it is located on the passenger side right here. So what you gotta do is remove the wheel and remove all the clips, and I did break some because I guess they are one-time use. So, and to open these right here, you can just go ahead and put something like this and just knock in. Those are like one-time use, I guess, too. So, and then you can go ahead and remove them. Also remove this bolt here, or the screw. And once we got this removed, there's the leak detection pump right there. So pretty much you get like multiple codes, like a small leak detected or even a large leak detected. I also have a video on a large leak detected. There's a purge valve in front of the car. You can check that video out too. This could be the problem. And so I'm gonna go ahead and replace this leak detection pump and see if that actually helps. So this is 2.7 liters, so it's different from some other like 6 something, or from other different engine size. So I was able to remove this. It was like located right there. So pretty much you push this like this, and then you turn it, I believe, this way, clockwise, and pull it out. So then it's actually connected like that. So I will be replacing just this one because usually they go bad, as well as that seal over there. Hopefully I'll get it with the seal. So this was kind of tricky to disconnect this one here. This was like that. So what I did, this thing was right here, so you slide it off and then you press this and remove it. So only this way I was able to remove. Okay, so I already removed the seal. Now this is the new one that I will be installing. I got this at AutoZone. So hopefully it fits. It looks the same. So just gonna remove this one. Not sure how. Okay. So yeah, just leave this up and it's gonna come off. I'm just gonna clean the hose. Okay, so I used air compressor to clean this just a little bit. There was like so much dusting from in here, because if you blow here, this actually moves on the inside. So there we go. Okay, now I'm just gonna install the seal. It doesn't matter which side because it looks the same on both sides. Just make sure it's all the way in. Okay. This wire. Don't forget to lock this so it does not unlock. Okay, now I'm gonna grab this. Hold this way while you're turning it, and you have to actually press this inside because the new seal is kind of tight. So yeah, so this has to click here. So it's nice and tight. Not sure if you have to remove the wheel, but you get more space. But as you can see, I installed the wheel back because I had to go get that thing. So I will try to install it back without removing the wheel. And if I have to, I have to then. Okay, so instead of these clips, I'm gonna use I got like a pack on eBay, and those are like car clips or something, so I can just go ahead and find the size I need to get them in. Find some other ones. So I got like I should be able to find. Okay, so I got these work fine. So pretty much I got already one and holds good. So just gonna continue, and I think I'm gonna use here the same ones. And I actually was able to insert this without removing the wheel, like from the bottom and all the way up. Okay, so now I connected the OBD2 to see the codes, and I used to have 3 and I did not erase the codes yet, but as you can see, it says Evaporative emission system leak detected, large leak detected, and very small leak detected. So I used to have 3 before I installed the new one, so now I got 2. So I'm just gonna go ahead and clear the codes. Erase. Yes. I have to turn off the engine. Okay, so now the engine is off. I'll go ahead and erase codes. Yes, erase it. It says it's failure, but it actually erases. As you can see, the the check engine light is gone. So now I'm gonna take it for a test drive and see. I have to drive like for a couple of days probably to make sure it is actually gone. Okay, so I started the motor, and as you can see, my RPMs are quite low, and I mean it's lower than it was, and I can feel that the motor is running a lot better. So I'm gonna take it for a test drive and see if that actually fixes the problem. Okay guys, so it's driving pretty good, but before I had like, if I was going like 30 miles an hour, this would like go up down, like woo woo woo. So you would hear that like, yeah, like when you're not forcing the car, that's what you would get. And I think that was the evap leak. And also sometimes he would just tell me like the gas cap, like the gas cap is open pretty much. But for now, I mean, it looks okay. I'll drive for a little more and see if the check engine light will come back on or not. Okay, so after driving for about 100 miles, I did not get any check engine light, so I guess it solved the issue. These are the pictures of my previous codes that I had. So if this video was helpful, like and subscribe to my channel. Also click the notification bell so you don't miss any of my new videos. And thanks for watching.